Tampa Bay fans, hold on tight. The Buccaneers might be bringing back one of the most unforgettable names from training camp. A massive fan favorite, a giant on the defensive line, and a player who could help stop the NFL's most unstoppable play. The Bucs are thinking about giving Desmond Watson another shot. And this move could change the tone of the season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are making headlines again, and this time it's about a familiar face. Former Florida Gator defensive tackle Desmond Watson, a player Bucs fans remember from preseason, is back in the conversation. According to reports, Watson recently worked out with the team. Now, the Bucs didn't immediately sign him, but they're strongly considering adding him to the practice squad next week. The big news? He's already shown major progress since being cut a month ago, dropping weight, moving better, and proving he's been putting in the work. There aren't photos yet of his workout, but the buzz around Watson is that he looks leaner and more focused. That's big news, because the Buccaneers already have one of the league's heaviest and strongest defensive line groups. Vita Vea anchors that unit at a massive 347 pounds, Elijah Simmons checks in at 334, and Greg Gaines sits at 312. Even the practice squad has size, with Jason Jones tipping the scales. But Watson, with his size and potential, could add something extra, especially at a time when the Bucs are preparing to face the Philadelphia Eagles and their infamous tush push. Imagine trying to push forward against a wall of Watson, Vea, Simmons, and Gaines. That's the kind of power that can shake up short yardage football and frustrate any offense. Bucs fans, what do you think? Should Tampa Bay bring Desmond Watson back to the squad? Do you believe his size and strength could be the secret weapon to stop the Eagles' tush push? Drop your takes in the comments. I want to know if you're buying into the Watson comeback story. The Buccaneers already have size up front, and I mean serious size. Vita Vea at 347, Elijah Simmons at 334, Greg Gaines at 312, and Jason Jones at 335. That's a mountain range of defensive linemen. But if you throw Desmond Watson into that mix, we're talking about one of the heaviest, most intimidating defensive fronts in all of football. When Watson first joined Tampa Bay, he was listed at a jaw-dropping 6 feet 5 inches and 449 pounds. That's nearly unheard of at the NFL level. His biggest challenge wasn't power or talent, it was getting his weight under control. The Bucs let him go earlier because he hadn't shed enough pounds. But now the reports say he's made real progress. That's why this second look at him is so fascinating. At Florida, Watson showed exactly what a man of his size can do, clogging running lanes, eating double teams, and forcing offenses to run away from him. That kind of presence doesn't just show up in the box score, but it changes the entire game. Now here's the big question. Is Tampa Bay looking at Watson as a short-term weapon against the Eagles' unstoppable tush push in Week 4, or do they see him as a long-term project who could grow into a real part of this defense? Either way, if Watson locks in and keeps the weight trending down, the Bucs might be getting more than just a big body. They might be adding a hidden gem who can punish offenses in ways few players in the league can. Bucs fans, I want to hear from you. Is Desmond Watson just a one-week answer for the Eagles? Or do you think he can carve out a long-term role in Tampa Bay? Drop your answers in the comments. I'm curious if you believe Watson's comeback is real. Desmond Watson's story with the Buccaneers feels like it's only just beginning, even if we haven't seen him take the field yet. Think about it. Tampa Bay carried him through the entire training camp and all of preseason, despite the fact that he didn't practice a single snap or play in a single game. That's not an accident. That's not a throwaway roster decision. You don't hold onto a guy that long unless you truly believe in his future. The Buccaneers clearly see something special in Watson. His size, his raw power, his untapped potential. It's enough to make coaches and fans wonder what kind of weapon he could become if everything clicks. And now, with the season moving forward, the big question is this. What's next for Desmond Watson? Don't be surprised if Tampa Bay brings him back onto the practice squad. Yes, there are already names on that unit. C.J. Brewer, Adam Gotsis, Nash Hudmacher, Jason Jones. But Watson's unique frame makes him different from the rest. Even if he's slimmed down from his original weight, we're still talking about a mountain of a man who can clog lanes and collapse the middle. If the Bucs do bring him back, it could force tough decisions. Maybe Nash Hudmacher, maybe Jason Jones. Someone could end up losing their spot. But the veterans like Gotsis and Brewer? Those guys bring reliability, especially with Greg Gaines battling injury, so the team will want to keep them around. The truth is, carrying 5 defensive linemen is a lot. But if one of them is Desmond Watson, the Bucs might be willing to bend the rules. Because sometimes, you hold on to a player not for what he is today, but for the monster you believe he could become tomorrow. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think the Buccaneers should keep investing in Desmond Watson's future, or is it time to move on? Drop your take in the comments below. If Desmond Watson does return, it feels like the Bucs might be looking at a straight defensive line swap. Maybe Watson comes back in, and someone like Nash Hudmacher or Jason Jones ends up being the odd man out. That's just the reality of the roster shuffle. But here's the thing. If Watson really has been shedding weight, if he's truly around that 370-pound mark and moving better than before, then why not keep working with him? A man that size, with that kind of raw ability, is not easy to find. If he's already making progress, it's worth the patience. Even head coach Todd Bowles made it clear when Watson was cut. The door isn't closed. And when a coach says that publicly, you know the team is still invested. They see the possibility. They see the upside. This isn't just about the present. It's about the future. If the Buccaneers can develop him the right way, Watson could eventually be the kind of force that offenses have to game plan around. So now it's your turn, Bucs Nation. What do you think? Should Tampa Bay bring back Desmond Watson and keep developing him? Or should they move forward with the veterans they already have? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. I want to hear how confident you are in this move.